Hi guys, it's Suri, so welcome back to my channel. So I know I already did a video for my general April TBR, but spur of the moment, I decided to participate in Tome Topple After All. I honestly wasn't aware that it was actually happening at first, and then I thought like, okay, whatever, like I already have so much to read and so many other things to do. I'm not actually gonna participate. But then I checked when it starts, and it starts this Saturday, the 13th, and I was like, whatever. Let's just participate. Let's just give it a go. I'm really in a big reading mood right now, so I think I can do it. It's not gonna hamper me too much. Like, I'm not in a precarious position where I'm about to fall into a reading slump or anything like that, which those are dangerous situations to pick up long books in because they can like make you lose motivation even more. Anyway, I have decided to participate, or at least do my very best to participate. So today I wanted to share with you my TBR for those 2 weeks of reading big books. So 2 of the books I'm gonna include in my Tome Topple TBR are actually already on my April TBR. The others aren't, and I'm hoping to have them be an addition to my normal April TBR and not a replacement. But obviously that's a little bit illusory. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. I'm kind of deluding myself into thinking that that's possible. But whatever, positive thinking has done more than people believe it has. So anyway, what am I doing? What am I talking about? Let's get to the books I'm planning to read for the Tome Topple readathon. So as always, there are 5 challenges, the first of which is to read more than 1 tome, which I'm gonna try my best, I guess. The next one is to read an adult book, and as you can see, this is the pile of books that I have selected for this readathon. Obviously, I'm not gonna get to all of these, but I wanted to give myself some options for each of the challenges so that I could just kind of decide based on my mood on that day what I actually want to read. And so for the next challenge, which is to read an adult book, I have 3 options that I can choose for this. The first is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. This is already on my April TBR, and it has about like just over 500 pages. So I know that it is in part because of this edition, but it still has over 500 pages, so I believe it counts. And I was already hoping to read it this month anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to this one. My next option is a little bit more ambitious because this is The Fireman by Joe Hill. This is also a mass market paperback, so it's probably also short or like longer in terms of pages than other editions of the same book. But this one has 760-ish pages, so yeah, it's definitely been on my shelf for a while because of its length, but I really wanted to get to it. I think it's kind of a horror novel about an arsonist, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. The first sentence I'm reading is, nobody knew where the virus came from. So maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If it's like fast-paced, I think I could read it. If it's slow-paced, probably not. And my last option for this first challenge is even more ambitious because it is almost 900 pages. But in terms of genre and author and general topic, it's the one that like suits my reading taste the most, I guess. This is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I have owned this trilogy for 2 years, I think now, but I have not yet gotten to it. It's a second series in the in the like Realm of the Elderlings book series, like series of series by Robin Hobb, and I really enjoyed the first one, and I've just been waiting for the perfect moment to pick up the next part of this saga, I guess. But that time has not yet come. So I don't know if this is a good time to pick up now because I'm very busy this month in general. But I know that once I get started and get into it, I won't want to put it down. So again, as with most of these books, like for me, it's almost more about like how I feel in that moment, how much I'm enjoying the books rather than actually how much time I have or, you know, how long they actually are. So yeah, it's definitely a good option, I think, but I guess we will see what happens. The next challenge is to read a tome that has been on your shelf the longest, and this is very hard for me to track because I have absolutely no idea. And so I decided to just pick a book that is already on my April TBR and that is also part of Project TBR for this year for me, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. It's the final book in the Lunar Chronicles, and I actually already started it a few days ago, and I got 200 pages into it, and I'm not enjoying it. Let's put it that way. It's actually quite fun. And it's also like 820 pages long or so. So it still counts even though I've read the 200 pages because there's still about 600 left. So I think I'm currently have put this book on hold for myself. Like I'm not continuing to read until Saturday, but I hope that this will be the first book that I finish for Tome Topple. I definitely will finish it. It's actually quite a quick read considering its length because it's YA. It's easy to read and the font is big and like there's huge margins on the side and all that stuff. So yeah, I think this is a good pick for the readathon, and I'm definitely gonna get to it. The next challenge is to read a tome from a genre that you don't usually read. Now this was really difficult for me because honestly I read almost every genre, and the genres I don't particularly enjoy all that much I won't buy like huge tomes in because I already know that like I need a little bit of an extra kick to actually want to get to them. So I usually don't put myself in that position, I guess, but I've picked two books that somewhat count for this challenge, I think, like with like both eyes kind of closed like this, you know, just like a little bit of cheating. The first is again Crazy Rich Asians because it's a contemporary novel, and even though I've been reading a lot of them recently, usually they're not as much my thing, so I think it kind of counts. Let's just say it does. And the second option is even more dodgy. This is Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. It's obviously the first book in a YA fantasy series. Now, yeah, I've read like a billion YA fantasies. I don't even know why I put this down for this challenge. Maybe because, I don't know. Why did I do that? It straight up doesn't count. I think I have to read Crazy Rich Asians. I've just now realized, like, I can't even like with everything taken into consideration, like, there's no way I can justify this sum, and I read Crazy Rich Asians for this challenge. I have now decided. And the final challenge is to read a book that's part of a series, and 4 of these 6 books that I've actually tentatively like considered for this readathon are actually part of a series. So all of these could take off that challenge. First is Queen of the Tearling, then obviously Winter is part of a series, as is Ship of Magic, so all of these. And then also I have pulled out The Diviners by Libba Bray from my shelves because it's also pretty long. This has 570 pages or so. So I think, you know, I can also read that. So basically what I've done is I've just grabbed all the tomes from my shelves that I eventually want to read and that I could potentially see myself reading right now. And I'm just gonna try to read as many of them as possible in addition to my already existing April TBR, which is obviously delusional, but whatever. So here is the pile. Well, I should probably show you the covers because that's kind of boring. Just see the backs. So these are the 6 books that I'm considering for this readathon. I'm actually really excited about kind of all of them, but I definitely won't be able to read all of them. Like, that's for sure. So I don't know. I think Winter is for sure gonna happen, and Crazy Rich Asians I'm gonna also give a try. And then Ship of Magic and The Diviners are kind of also some favorites. But I think no matter what, I can like mix and match them in a way where I can hopefully complete all the challenges. But anyway, this has been way too long for me to just talk about a couple books, but basically that is what my tentative and confusing Tome Topple TBR looks like. Please let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on participating and which books you're going to be picking up during those 2 weeks. I hope you guys are gonna have a great readathon and you get through some tomes that have been very intimidating to you for a very long time, because that's kind of the point. And before you leave, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying my content. I upload every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and I will see you very soon with another video. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye. Don't you like how I just gave you like that cheeky little wink like?